question has no one asked you yet?
Nothing. I've gotten a lot.
What was it you'd like them to ask you as the question?
I've been happy with the flow, and it's all been moving very nicely. So
I heard that some of your cast members have been keeping up on like Reddit to keep up with things.
I've heard that too. I haven't actually. I do love Reddit, but I haven't. I don't know. I just haven't really gone in there to see. We've also been working too, so I haven't really had the opportunity to do any real surfing or investigating in that particular area. So it's been good, and I feel like I have a fairly decent handle on going, what the relationship is between me and Elliot, and I'm just excited for it to continue to unfold and for people to discover it themselves.
Have you been keeping up with any of the fan theories with your cast members, even outside of that?
Fan theories with the Rami and Carly and Portia and those guys.
The new one is that Elliot's actually in prison or a hospital now.
Yeah.
It's creative, interesting. I mean, I have heard a couple of things, and I always go, well, that's people are definitely. It's exciting that people are thinking about it. I mean, that's really cool.
As an actor, how much do you really need to know about your character and everything that goes around it in order to just really feel good about your performance, or how much or how little?
Well, I think as much as possible. I think I function better with information, of course, and I've been very fortunate with Sam Esmail. He's been very open in sharing things with me, and feel very in the loop about what's going on and what's happening, and I have really from day one. He really has been. If I have a question and he says, "Do you really want to know?" He always gives me that out, and I say yes, and he's always told me. So.
Do you always say yes? Do you always?
Yeah, no, I always say yes. I mean, I'm terrible at. I need to know because it also, particularly even with the first season, if I didn't know what the final scenario was and what the relationship was between these two guys, it would have certainly lost I think a layer of depth that otherwise wouldn't have been there. So because just knowing that ending, not that I want to spoil anything, it just made me want to take Elliot more under my wing and be a little bit more protective.
What character development for you as an actor most excited you and most surprised you?
Well, certainly, after doing episode 9, I didn't really know of season 1. I really didn't know where we were going to go after that because Sam was still writing, or the scripts were still coming in week to week, so I didn't know what was going to happen. So I was like, dude, now what do we do? What's going to happen now? So I was thrilled with. Certainly, I was thrilled with the speech that I got to give in Times Square, and the writing of that I just thought was so remarkable and fantastic. And then when we finished season 1, of course, I had questions about how he was going to handle everything in season 2 and what we were going to do. But he calls us after he's sort of broken what the idea for season 2 is going to be, and talked to me for about an hour and a half about what the whole journey and arc was going to be, and laid it all out for me, and I had many visceral reactions, and was thrilled, and I just couldn't wait to get back in there and have some good convos with my son.
So do you know what happened that night? Do you know what happened the night that's missing from Elliot's memory?
Of course I do. I mean,
did it.
Yeah, I did it exactly. So I took over, and he'll know when I want him to know, if ever.
So
that's how it goes.
So which character, after watching the first 2 episodes, which character is more disillusioned to being in control, Elliot or Mr. Rowe?
Character's more disillusioned.
Because I feel like Elliot thought with his regiment that he was in control.
Sure.
But towards the end of episode 2, it didn't show. It seemed like he thought Mr. Robot was finally in control, but then before it closed, I couldn't tell which one of them had more control. I think
it really is a full-on back and forth tug of war between these two guys, and it's. Anytime Elliot tries to put any restrictions around me and what it is that I want to do, it's infuriating. I don't want there to be boundaries. And I'm on a particular path with a particular vision, and I want us to accomplish and complete that goal. And anytime he gets in my way, it pisses me off.
As far as whether or not Mr. Robot is a delusion, or do you think he's more of a split personality, or do you think he's just a figment as part of Elliot's mind?
It's in the process, I think, of developing. Like I said, I mean, the character, I think, is as it goes on and as we get the opportunity to continue to go deeper and deeper into the story, the character, I think, does begin to take on a personality of his own. I mean, originally Elliot envisioned this wonderful, sort of mysterious, smooth-talking leader, and that was his ideal vision of who he would have wanted his father to be had he lived. But now, it's possibly, taking on certainly a personality of his own.